Wow. Guys, I'm sorry. This is like speed right now. Do you see this? Like it's not letting me click that. Okay. It's all right. Why is that
Hit the
not
one
letting me
above
click?
it, the presenter view. Right there.
I like won't let me click the present button. Like it's still loading.
Just manually click on each slide. Just leave it in the editor screen and you can just manually click on each slide.
All right. Super cute, guys. We're rolling with it.
You're not harder
Okay.
here.
Hey everyone. I'm Allison, and we're going to kind of talk about social media tonight. We first want to start with an activity. If you have a pencil or a pen, paper, we are going to write a few things down. I'm going to set let's do like a 90-second timer for this first one. We're going to do them pretty quick. So we're going to start with 3 things you love about Plexus or just the network marketing model in general. It doesn't have to be specific, like Plexus specific. It could be products or the business, all the things. So 90 seconds, 3 things you love about Plexus or network marketing. And go. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is 3 things you're grateful for. This is just in life in general. I don't have to explain that one too much. 3 things you're grateful for in life. Okay, and then our third one is to write something that you have learned or discovered recently, or maybe something you're kind of in the process of, oh, maybe like an aha moment that you've had, or it could be a podcast you learned and something or a podcast you listened to and something you learned from it. So just one thing that you're kind of learning about or discovering right now. Okay, I know that was kind of quick, a quick 3 minutes, but this is a great activity I like to start. Um, when I am prepping content, like now you have 5, 6, 7 things of posts you can post about. And it's that simple. So I love setting a 5 minute timer and going through these little activities and creating, I guess, like a skeleton of things that I want to talk about in my post over the next week or two. So no excuses. You guys now have 5 or 6 topics for posts for the next week or two. All right. Does anyone want to share? You guys can put some stuff in the chat of maybe things you wrote down on those bullet points. Because then collaboration, giving ideas to each other is the key to success here. So while you guys put those in the chat, I'm going to go to our next slide here. All right, posting with purpose. Who's ever listened to Bob Heilig, like his love-led philosophy? Anyone listened to his training he did with us like kind of recently? No? Yes? Haley's raising her hand. Taylor? No? Okay, if you've never heard of Bob Heilig, he is incredible. He knows network marketing through and through, and he has a podcast called Your Virtual Upline, and it's incredible. But he's very faith driven, and I really love the way he approaches social media and network marketing in general. But he talks a lot about how we don't need more content. Like that's not the answer, is posting more, but having content that's valuable is actually going to have more of an impact than posting 6 times a day. And so Taylor and I kind of put our brains together, and she came up with these 3 great bullet points for us when we talk about posting with purpose. So our first one we're going to talk about is, what value does this bring? And that's the whole gist of what we're doing, right? We're trying to add value to people's lives. We're not just trying to sell a product. And I never really like saying like, oh, I sell Plexus, because like that's so surface level of what we're doing here. And so when you're showing up on social media, it should not just be posting sales or talking about your product and everything that you're selling, because there's so much more to offer, right? And so when you go to post, we need to be thinking about, how is this adding value to my people? Is it giving them inspiration, whether that is just in life in general? Am I inspiring someone to be better or do better or think differently? Am I inspiring them through a recipe, or am I educating them on something I've learned? So that's kind of that aha moment, or the podcast you listen to and the bullet point on it that really, got your wheels turning. Are you adding value by humor? Yesterday, I made a stupid reel about being crazy, and who knew that was going to be like my most liked reel ever? But it just adds value to people because people want to laugh, right? We come to social media for all kinds of things, and one of them is to laugh. And then, does it connect to my story? So a big one on this is not copying and pasting other people's things, because people are going to see that it's not your story, right? That's not you. Now we might relate to something and tweak it and make it our own. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about taking someone's idea, posting it on yours, and it doesn't sound like you. Does it connect to who you are as a person, what you stand for, what you believe in, and does it sound like you? I hardly ever say, hey girl. So if you see me with a post that says, hey girl, I probably copied it from someone else. Like I'm going to say friend or sis or guys or something like that. And then also connecting to your story, like what are you trying to tell people about you? Like who are you trying to, or what are you trying to, what's the word I'm looking for here? My mind's going blank. Convey. There's the word. What are you trying to convey to others about who you are, what you stand for, and like what's your life mission, right? And then our third bullet point here is and Taylor told me, would I stop and watch this? And I added, would my dream teamer stop and watch this also? Because that's our target, right? Like we are not posting to sell to every single person in the whole world. Like I'm not anyway. I'm trying to find a specific target of audience. And if you're not posting towards a specific target of audience, it's not going to hit on anything, right? So I was a basketball player. So if you don't aim for the basket, right? If you don't have a target, you're never going to hit it. And you're just throwing a ball around in the air and it's not ever getting to where it needs to be. And so when you're creating your content and you go to post, you have to stop and think about, who do I want to see this? And a lot of the times, like we are all trying to recruit a dream teamer like ourselves. Like that's truly, when we think about it at the end of the day, the list of your dream teamers qualities are going to reflect a lot of who you are. And so it's very valid. If it would not catch your own attention, then it's probably not going to catch your dream teamer's attention. And so what Taylor and I kind of have tonight is not necessarily content of like, oh, it should look like this, it should say like this. It's more so of a checklist of checking, okay, does this, what I'm putting out there, reflect who I am and my goal and the target audience that I want to reach? All right. Okay, so our next point here is staying in our lane and showing our world. And Taylor and I kind of put our three like areas. Sorry, can y'all hear our children screaming? Okay, that's good.
Good.
So we talked about the three areas that we kind of rotate our posts through. And so mine's over here on the left. I talk about time, freedom, and bringing our family units back together a lot. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what I have, like what Plexus has done for me, allowing me to step out of a full-time job. And that is like what I post about a lot, whether that's going to the park, in the mid-morning, or going on vacation when we want. That is kind of one of my passions. And then it also kind of ties into that business side of Plexus. So it shows that a lot. The second thing that I talk about a lot with my posts are my faith and then my aha moments, like things that I discovered or a thought I had at church that day and sharing that, or a thought I had on a walk. And that kind of is like another thing that I like to post about, or something that I like might be having questions about. And I get other people's input about a question I have in the Bible, or how do other people feel about this, or other people's thoughts. And so what that's going to do is show people that like I'm also growing and their opinion is valuable to me, and I'm vulnerable enough to ask other people's opinions on things. And then Taylor and I's third bullet point is the same, because I just like to show my life as a mom and a wife, and I like to show my date nights and try to be as real as possible, right? Not showing up every day put together, looking like this 90% of the time, a hat and no makeup, and trying to be relatable and not like I have my life together. Because if you are showing up on social media like you have it all together, then that's not relatable and no one's gonna think, oh, well, I can do that too. But if you show up a hot mess, or if you show those moments where your kid spills their cereal on the ground and you have your pink drink in your hand and you're like, I'm just gonna try to get through my day and this is my little sidekick that helps me deal with the cereal messes, like that's relatable and authentic. So those are my three rotating areas. Taylor, it's you, sis.
Well, thank you, Allie. Great job. I'm Taylor. Most of y'all know me. Yeah, so just to piggyback off of that, here's the key. When I am making my content, I stay in my lane, but I'm also inviting people into my world. So I post a lot of my health journey through Plexus. A lot are just my true before and afters. That's my real life. That is what Plexus has done for me. And that's also the best way that I can showcase both on the outside, but also I can speak to the inside, you know, the hormonal things that's done for me, the energy and all of that. But when I am posting about my journey, I am not being spammy. And what I mean by that is I am leading with value. I'm not leading with like to sell you anything. It's coming across as, or at least I try to, that it's literally just my story. And if you resonate, great. I'll have a little comment this if you want more info. The other thing I don't do, which it may be controversial to some, I don't advertise Plexus. I don't say Plexus anywhere on my reels. I am literally just alluding to the fact that I got this way by healing my gut with a gut health system. Then once I'm in messages with people, that is when obviously I divulge this is Plexus, yada, yada, yada. But the key for me is I am wanting people to ask me. That's, I think, you're not being, you know, sneaky, but it is creating like a mystery around that. Like, oh, what are you doing? And that's just the key for me. Secondly, you know, everybody needs to figure out what their own niche is. So what hobbies do you have aside from Plexus, aside from just being a mom and a wife? What do you love? What do you enjoy? What makes you creative? You know, for me, that's my music. And what that does is it builds trust and connection with my followers. It brings them into that side of me and that side of my world. And it maybe brings people that wouldn't necessarily come to my page just from my health journey alone. And so once they're on my page, they can look around and see, oh, cool, she's doing something for her health. I wonder what it is. And then get into combos that way. And then lastly, like Ali mentioned, we just share our lives as mamas and wives. And you know, Tinsley, my daughter, I share her often. And that is something that also brings in another crowd. She actually just went viral again. This kid has gone viral like 4 or 5 times. She's just such a personality. And I know y'all have kids that have great personalities as well, but I love to showcase her on my platform, and just shows that other side, the mom side, the silly side, and all of that. But I think we are ready for the next slide. So let's talk about reels. First and foremost, I keep them scroll stopping by focusing on these 4 things. So first 3 seconds, I want it to be eye-catching. I want like think bold, think real, think unexpected. I think long and hard about my captions and hooks with whatever it is that I'm creating. I also utilize Chat GPT to give me some good ideas on just good hooks that captivate people. Something simple. Like I just want simple. Simple is the key. You don't want some like a ton of words on the page. It just needs to be clear and concise. And then also invite engagement. People want to engage with your post. They want to like it. They want to comment. So make it something that invites them in. Thirdly, I love to use trending sounds. But I make them mine by making them have to do with whatever my niche is. And I love doing trending sounds that way. I really encourage people to utilize the trending sounds. And if you don't know where to find those, I know I mentioned in our little group chat about the professional dashboard. Am I wrong? Like, does everybody have that, or is it just specific to like the business creator account? Do we know? Allie?
I didn't have it until I like made my account a professional like
Okay.
business account today. So
Okay. Well, then
I don't know.
I don't know where to find it aside from just like watching reels on the regular, I guess, which that's something I love to do. But anyways, it's very important to be up to date with the trending sounds, even if you just tack it onto one of your videos and it's just playing in the background or whatever. It really does help to push that content to other people. And then lastly, I like to do a cute outfit every now and then, or I like to just be in my mom yoga pants. Good lighting is important though when you are creating content, and then confident delivery for lastly. So next page, yes, perfect. Okay, so let me walk you through how I actually make a reel from idea to post. So number one, inspiration hits, I hear a sound, I see a trend, boom, the idea sparks. I then think of the message that I want to relate or relay, and then think of what quick story I can tell. I shoot 2 to 3 clips max. I don't overthink it. I really don't. And it doesn't need to be overthought. And I also repurpose a lot of my content. Like I said, I do a lot of before and afters. And so obviously I can't make any more before pictures. So you're going to just see all of those befores over and over and over. But that's okay, because anytime you're pushing content, the algorithm's pushing it to different people every single time. So it doesn't matter if you have posted the same thing, add a different song to it, add a different something else. That's totally fine. You don't have to constantly be creating and taking pictures constantly. So don't let that stop you, I guess, from thinking you can't post on social media. Odds are you already have everything you need in your photo album now. So so then the next point is add a text overlay to your reels. So like I said, just super quick, concise, think of a good hook, speak to the pain point, then offer the shift. So my pain point is normally like, I was insecure, now I'm confident, kind of thing. And then lastly, a strong call to action. So anytime I'm posting a post, a reel, or whatever, I am saying somewhere in my caption, comment this and I will send you my gut health regimen. And once they've done that, that is my green light to go message these people. So lastly on that, the pro tip down at the bottom, this is just a reminder. Like, confidence beats perfection every time. You don't have to be a whiz at social media. Just if you think of an idea, create something and create it in the moment. Don't wait to feel like, oh, I'm not ready, I'm not this, I'm not that. Just do it. When the idea flows, just post it. Hit record, trust your gut, and go. No pun intended.
I was about to say that. That's funny. Are you done, Taylor? We good?
I am, yeah.
Okay. Everyone have their most engaged with post and their least engaged with post. Who did their homework? Patty did. Who else? No one else.
No one else did it?
No one else did their
What?
homework.
Well, birthday girl, let's see it.
I did my homework actually,
Good job.
Yes.
Chloe.
surprisingly. Surprisingly.
Hey, she has a newborn, so everyone else, no excuses.
No excuses.
Go find your most engaged with post, even if it's not the last 60 days. Go look over the last month if you don't have to scroll back that far.
Taylor, tell me what my problem on social media is. My most engaged post is, I think it's just because I look cute in my boots. That time of year again, and my little girls are in their boots. I was talking about rodeo.
Everyone see it? It's a cute picture of her family,
Oh, cute.
and everyone
Taylor
looks
puts her
cute.
binoculars on.
That time of year again. Okay. So, yeah.
I
okay.
don't.
What's your least engaged?
Oh. Um,
Patty, do you have yours? I saw you put your hand up.
my least
Yes.
engaged post was-
That's
All
okay.
My least
Okay.
engaged are anything
Amy
related to
has
Plexus.
Oh,
Anything really,
Same.
yeah.
Anytime I have a graphic or post an income or anything, like 2 likes yesterday.
Yeah,
Too.
same. I posted like income and like why I said yes or something, and I had like 3 likes, and it was all Texas people. I was like, cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, my least liked was a picture of my sweet tea drink, and I said, will boost your mood and energy, will not make your toes sandal worthy. And nobody thought it was funny.
And are these just posts or are these reels, guys?
Mine that I got
Post.
really low engagement was a post.
They're all posts?
A lot of my reels get better engagement depending on the topic.
Yeah.
Like
That's really
some of my more recent like skin cancer announcements, I think there's a lot of people like invested in that story. So I had like over 2,000 views and like over 100 likes on one of those.
Yeah.
But then like this one where I said like my biggest flex is that I make 6 figures and my kids don't even know I have a job. There was like 4,500 views on that one
I thought that one was funny.
and 71 likes and over 11 comments. So
Yeah, see, my thing is I think posts in general just don't do well overall. I think for anybody. I
yeah,
think
not on Instagram, I don't think.
yeah,
I
it's
don't think they do on Instagram. Meaning.
Yeah. I feel like several months ago, my shift was that I used Instagram solely for reels. And then like today, so I made a really simple reel, and instead of just like sharing that to Facebook, because reels don't hit on Facebook, I took the content that I typed out, like for the actual post of the reel, I took that and used a different photo and made that into a post on Facebook. And so you can kind of like duplicate your posts as long as you have like a video and then the photo piece.
I think Rossa says she does that.
Yeah, it kind of saves some, I mean, because then you can hit like both audiences without having to like come up with 2 different content pieces.
exactly.
Honestly, doing I've stopped doing reels because I just haven't been making them. You do have to make time to make them, like you really do.
Yeah.
But when I was doing like a reel every other day or 3 a week, like I do feel like I had way more engagement. I think it's just more fun to watch.
Yeah. And what I think is so engaging about
Uh,
Reels is when they put something on like the screen, but like they don't give away what they're gonna share. It's in the comments. So you have or in the
What is it?
like
It's called like a
yeah,
hook.
like it is like and you like
It's like a
can't
hook.
help but like click on it to read it.
Yeah. So that's what you want to duplicate. If you know that that attracts you and you can see that, it attracts most people. So you want to duplicate that yourself for any reels that you're making. And that kind of goes hand in hand with like just not fully advertising Plexus, like straight up. Just be a little more mysterious about it. Because like your people just they probably just know, like without a shadow of a doubt, oh, it's this. So they're not wondering like, oh, I better stick around and see what she's doing at the end of this video. They're like, no, I know what it is, which is fine. But I just think if we want to get more engagement, we need to kind of dial it back and keep some things to ourselves.
Patty, what was your most engaged post?
Going just off of Facebook posts,
Yeah.
my most engaged was when I was asking people about what they think an indoor playground needs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's like so good for you, like, because that's what you're like running for in San Angelo or whatever. So like I feel like that created like really good engagement.
I mean,
That
yeah,
didn't make sense, but-
my
yeah.
Supermom stuff, I got like 46 shares on that. But
Yeah.
that's different because
So-
I had a motivation, like I had something I was going for. So if everyone was like, oh, this is gonna benefit me, I feel like that's different.
Did you win the Super Mom thing?
No, I didn't even make it to quarterfinals.
I know a chick that was like third something. I didn't know that was even a thing. Anyways, sorry, that's
I was
sidetrack.
I was third.
Okay, so do you have like a picture of a post or like a post that had a picture or a caption you created that got a lot of engagement?
Like of myself.
Yeah, or just in general, just a post that wasn't like a specific engagement type of post.
Um,
Amy, what was your most engaged with?
So my most engaged reel was me talking about how my twins were helping wipe each other poop after they pooped. Which is just gross and funny at the same time. And then but my most engaged post was about me quitting teaching. Hold on, baby.
Okay.
And then but all my least engaged are all Plexus, same as Chan.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you make that post about the teaching? Did you make it relatable to Plexus in any way?
What's wrong? I mean, let me see.
No, you
I can't-
didn't.
I didn't
No,
think
I
you
don't think I
did.
did. I just talked about stepping away,
Yeah.
and like how like I'm just at peace and because I'm trusting God with what's next.
For sure. I do think it does segue you if you do want to bring it up again.
Yeah.
I'd make a good business post on that one.
Right.
Do you feel scared to do that, Amy, to tell everyone like you're going all in with Plexus?
I mean, in a way, because I feel like I'm not sure myself that that's what my plan is, mainly because of my kids. Because we've talked about this, how if I'm not teaching in my town, I don't have any daycare options for the boys, and they really thrive in school. And so, like I'm still personally open to other campuses just to see, because I do truly enjoy teaching. I just was in a very toxic environment that kind of sucked my joy out of what I did. So I don't know if I can confidently say that I'm like done with teaching. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I found a good one whenever I posted a picture of me and my husband and my son, and I just talked about what the gut's responsible for. And that, you know, your GI tract is a big thing and you should take advantage of your health. And then I just said, I feel better than I did in high school. And this is great for postpartum moms because a ton of my friends just had babies. And I got a lot of really good engagement from that. And that doesn't talk about Plexus at all. It just talks about gut health.
You're just adding value. You're educating people, you're being relatable, and you're adding value. Yeah. So I think what we're like trying to get at with this, Taylor, and you can like correct
Can I
me if
circle
I'm
back to
wrong,
Amy super
but-
fast?
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I think there was a lag. I apologize if I cut you off. I want to circle back to Amy because I want to tell you something. I remember the first time I think it was right after I had quit my job. And honestly, like I did not feel certain about Plexus. I think I was like barely senior gold. So I was making not a lot and I had just quit a $70,000 job. And I actually quit at a retreat in Scottsdale. It was a gold's retreat and there was like 6 of us there with Jordan. And I think I was definitely like peer pressured into quitting my job on that trip. I did not feel ready, but it was kind of like a now or never, like, why not? I've got my husband's approval, like, why not? And I don't think I had the confidence that I was going to like be successful with Plexus. I think I had so much naysayer around me from my family, my closest friends. And I was like, gosh, this company could go under. Like, what if I can't grow past senior gold? What if my whole team quits? Like, I really did have all the negative thoughts and I really was not sure what I was doing next. And I think I played into that insecurity too much. And I felt it and I did not like the feeling of like, oh, I'm going to quit, but let's see, like if something else comes up, like maybe this isn't my field of expertise. Like I worked in coffee, it was not fun. But looking back, like my only regret is not like being more confident in my decision to leave. Like I wish I would have been 10 times bolder and saying, hey, I don't know what my plan is yet, but I know that right now this is what I have and I have control over it and it's incredible. And like, I want to be successful with this. I want to grow my income. I wish I would have been more confident in that season instead of insecure because that insecurity like really messed with my mind. And I remember coming home from that trip and I sat next to this random chick and she asked me what I did for a living. We were just chatting and it like instantly a light bulb went off in my head. And I was like, you know what? I can't really say that I work for Smuckers because I had just quit my job and put in my resignation. I was like, this is the perfect time to like grow in confidence with this. And so like I literally broke out in hives and my throat swelled up and I could like barely squeak out a word. But I said like I'm a network marketing professional and I'm growing a business with Plexus. And she was just like, huh, okay, cool. And like I had to grow through that scary moment, but like I wanted to feel successful. Whether this was going to be my plan A, my plan B, or plan C, I knew that in that moment, like this is what I had. And truly, like now looking back, I just can't imagine a different life because then I was pregnant, COVID, vaccine mandates at Smuckers, who I worked for, like all the things played out exactly the way it was supposed to be. And I'm so grateful that I just trusted his plan. Um, but that's my encouragement to you. And just speaking to anybody else who like may be on the fence of quitting their job or maybe just looking at a new career change is like, even if you don't know what the next 5 years looks like or what the next 6 months looks like or what your next job looks like, you can like buy into this confidence right now and you can take ownership and really step into this like business ownership mindset right now. You don't have to wait for a certain rank or you don't have to wait to know for sure that this is going to be the long-term thing. Like this is what you have right now and it is providing a good income. And I think that we all can like take more confidence in that business ownership mindset. So there's my TED Talk for the day. Love you, Amy. Carry on with your content creation. This is great, by the way. I've taken like 3 pages of notes.
Awesome. Okay. We put together a list of people that we love to follow, just for inspiration and different things. I kind of just put my Plexus, like my 2 favorite people outside of our team. It's not a bash on anyone on our
She
team.
said your team sucks.
Not
I'm
say
just
that.
kidding.
I'm saying outside of
Kidding.
anybody that we already follow. Jill Renfro, I think she tells incredible stories. Honestly, she kind of says the same thing over and over, but it's awesome every single time. Like I listen to it every time. It's the same story. And then Amber Miller does such a phenomenal job of showing like how the business has impacted her life, and it's just a different vibe. And then the other this one is so good for someone who struggles with posting. If you have ever made the excuse, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to say, you are going to get off this call, look up Team Plexus Provision, go find the rally chat. They give you a post every single day. It's written for you. You gotta copy, paste it, and put a picture with it. And so it just, if you're not in the habit of doing your post yourself or you're not confident yet, like that is just incredible content to already have. And then I like to go on Instagram and when I'm scrolling reels, if I relate to a reel, I'll go to the comments and then go look at people who have commented. And if I have anything in common with them or whatever, I go follow those people and just try to expand my network that way. Taylor?
Yeah, so my people, I only know Emily Roberts personally, but the other 2 are just people that I get inspired by, just random strangers on the internet. The first one, she has a really great before and after, and she just does a lot of on trend things. Like she's always on it. Like it seems like she's always one step ahead of the game somehow, and I don't know how, but I like to follow her to see what she's got. And then I'll do my little take on whatever I find. And then the next one, just a good motherhood and lifestyle influencer brand with like a lot of good quotes and stuff that I like to get some ideas from. And then I love Emily Roberts' style of posting. Now she is very heavy on the Plexus, like saying Plexus, branding Plexus everywhere. But she does have a lot of good ideas and stuff that I like to piggyback off of her. And then again, the Instagram professional dashboard, if you have it, you would know you have it if you, I guess, what did you say it was? If you changed to a professional.
Yeah, you have to change your account to like business or professional or something like that. I can't
Right.
remember.
So if you have that, it'll just be on your actual Instagram page. If not, just go to scroll through your reels and get inspo that way, just organically. Okay, I think we're done with this slide.
What are we looking at? Okay.
It says professional dashboard, right? Like if it
It
is.
will. Yeah, that's it. Yep. So you have it.
Mine
And
does too. Is that based on like number of posts we've made or?
It asked me
I-
one day if I want, I guess I had so much engagement, it asked me if I wanted to switch to a professional dashboard.
Oh,
Oh,
makes sense. So in there,
guys,
you'll click
we're
that and
Instagram
there's a
pros.
tab. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
There's a tab in there that says, I think it says inspiration, and you literally click it and it will show
Oh,
you
okay.
reels that you tend to look at and show you just like, yeah, there it is. But that's a great way to just be inspired and think of your next piece of content that you want to do. Okay, so then my last slide to chat about is stories. And I do think that stories are an integral part of my social media page. It's where I stay connected and keep it really real with my audience. And I use them strategically without it ever feeling like forced. Like it's just, I'm showing my everyday life. I'm showing behind the scenes moments. I share real life glimpses. I'm making my pink drink every day. I'm sharing, the engagement tools, polls, question boxes, sliders, all of those things. And that is to get people to engage with my story. And 9 times out of 10, I actually feel like I get more customers from my actual stories than my content itself. People are always engaging and commenting on my polls and all of that. So definitely utilize those features on your stories. And then I will like casually do some product mentions like today we actually started a reset challenge, my team and I. And so I've been posting the every step to the reset all day with all of the info about each thing. I'm making all of my posts super aesthetic. I've been really into that lately. It's just like fun to make everything look good, so that if anybody wants to copy it and screenshot it, they're more than welcome to. That was kind of like my idea behind it. I like to do countdowns. I did a countdown for my little reset challenge that we're doing, which builds excitement. And then I'll use little stickers and tag people and all of that. But stories are just super important. So if you're not being consistent, that is the number one thing I would encourage you to do. Is if you don't want to be consistent on, the content piece and pushing content daily, that's totally fine. But try your best to at least stay consistent with stories. So I think that's it for
Yeah.
me.
I think with the stories, like that's your open sign, in my opinion. Like
Mhm.
when you are posting stories, that like gives everyone the rite of passage to message you, to view into your life. And like influencers make a lot of money because they just share the crap out of everything. And people are nosy and want to know about your life. And people will not buy from you if they can't trust you. And the way people learn to trust you through social media is getting on your story and telling them what you ate for lunch and telling them that your twins are wiping each other's butts and telling them funny things, because that's that's relatable and they're going to trust you. And then they're going to be like, oh, and wait, what do you have that's making you like not lose your mind? I want to know too. Like that's the power of stories. So like Taylor said, if you're having a hard time staying consistent in your posting, stories for me are non-negotiable every single day. And I'm not posting 10, 12 stories all day every day, but at least one thing on my story every day, because it's like, hey, I'm open, you can still message me. I'm still alive. All right. Last thing, guys, don't overcomplicate this. You are already the person that someone needs. You already have what someone needs. And like the Lord's going to place the people that are supposed to be in your life or on your team or that to buy from you or whatever for a reason. And so tonight is not about like go change who you are, go change everything. It's just an encouragement to like keep showing up as who God created you to be. Taylor and I have like not a lot in common. Like, let's just be honest. She can sing, I can't. Like, she's blonde, I'm brunette. Like, And we both have successful businesses. Like there is not a mold that it's like, you have to look like this and post like this and all these things to be successful here. Taylor has an incredible following and she can make beautiful reels. And I literally made one reel for the first time ever yesterday. And I was like, yay, like, guys, it's not overcomplicated. Just show up who you are as you are, like, and the success will come. It's about loving people, adding up who you are. Don't be perfect. Just be relatable. Share your wins, share the struggles, and talk to people. Don't post 100 graphics. Go turn the camera on. Go build trust with people and have fun. That's it. It's really simple. Okay, so we've given you post ideas. We hyped you up and told you you're exactly where you are supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, and we told you how to post. So now we're all going to be successful because we have the secret sauce, right? Taylor told us all how to make reels, so I'm going to go make reels now.
Making reels.
Okay, can
All
we
right.
wrap this up? Because I have so many thoughts. Of course.
Yes,
to get my
we're done.
I have to get my words in. Okay, you're talking about like looking a certain way or feeling like you have to be a certain way to show up on social media. If y'all are not already signed up for convention, go freaking do that now and get your tookuses there. Because one of the most convicting things that I have experienced from in-person events with corporate is that not everybody looks this way, that I had these like preconceived ideas that diamonds had to look. Like there are some ladies